Books have long been seen as the gateway to knowledge, but in a digital age, the story of literacy is no longer only written on paper. Increasingly, it's unfolding on small screens where apps and mobile tools are helping many to access skills. For young developer Karabo Imako, a passion for reading sparked her love of science. But after years of study for a medical science degree, she couldn't find work and switched to tech.
If I didn't have the love of reading, I wouldn't have come across this journey of being a tech student. I wouldn't have discovered that. So, which is what I wish that, there should be that enough exposure, especially around townships, where learners get, exposed to different kind of skills, and I believe that such things, they'll be able to change lives.
In much of South Africa, that digital reality is still a dream. The Lehahela Alex community project in Alexandra Township keeps kids safe, inspires ambition, and above all, teaches them to read, a skill still rare among children under 10.
We're creating a platform for the kids to learn during after school, and we involve partners who are able to assist with difficult, let me say, homeworks and basically subjects. Any subjects that kids find challenging, then we outsource.
Here there are no computers or other modern gadgets, just words between the covers of a handful of books.
How can a child dream about their future if they do not have access to books, access to information, the internet? These are things that impact whether or not a child will stay and continue into school, into higher education, into employment. Because our society is so wholly unequal that some children have access to these things, and we find that most don't.
Poverty, disease, and South Africa's divided past still weigh heavily on education felt most in townships with scarce resources.
There's not enough exposure in a township. So there's no enough programs where they can keep learners to grow certain things. There's no exposure where learners could, grab some other knowledge.
Overcrowded classrooms, failing schools, and parents too stretched to help add to the crisis.
I believe we should just encourage parents to participate in terms of assisting kids with their education and about understanding what they are learning, because you can't pass if ever you'd be just writing things that you don't understand.
South Africa's literacy rate is near 90%, but millions of adults still can't read or write and risk being left behind in the digital age. Community projects like these show that while the challenge is enormous, every book, every lesson, and every digital skill can help bridge the gap. Julie Shara, CGTN, Cape Town.